Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is our Loser to Legends series with CLYDE FC. And today we have for you our mid-season review. It's been an interesting mid-season. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but we're pretty much right back where we always are, which is 4th place. I don't know what it is. We can't get out of 4th place. It seems like every time I do an update video, that's where we're sitting. And of course, that's where we're sitting again today after 18 games. We got 7 wins, 4 draws, 7 losses. That gives us a total of 25 points and a +2 goal differential. All of this should seem very familiar. It seems like, again, we're always sitting here with a +2 goal differential, 4th place. I don't know what it is, but we got to do some stuff. Got to try to shake things up. You know, we're falling behind the top 3 teams. This happens every season so far. The last 2 seasons, we've been sort of the best of the rest and scraping our way along, and it's happening again this season. Queen's Park and Peterhead are both 7 points ahead of us in the table. We're just losing too many games. You know, this season, with a +2 goal differential, you might think that, oh, we're playing conservative and we're, getting 1 and 2 goal wins and losses and things like that. But that's not how it's been. It's been just a roller coaster where we'll win a game 3-0 and then lose a game 3-0. And then it's just back and forth like that this season. So we got to figure some things out and work on that and get a little bit more consistent, I think, is our problem this season. Now, if we take a look at some of our other competitions, of course, we're out of the Iron Brew Cup. We're out of the Betford Cup. But look at this. We're still in the Scottish Cup. We've reached the 4th round. We're going to be playing against Dundee United, who are a premiership team. So that's going to be quite a mountain to climb to beat a team that's in the top division. However, we're not going to do that today because that's still a few games off before we play Dundee. So we're going to play our mid-season game, our typical mid-season game. But before we get to that, of course, we're going to do the checklist. So let's run down the checklist real quick. Under 20s, not much change at all. We got a few guys who are down there right now getting some match fitness. But other than that, no big deals. Oh, we are trying to send Leon Maxwell out on loan because for some reason he's just not playing in our under 20s. And I don't know why. He's one of our best players, even though he's only 16 years old. And we have him on a full-time contract, so we need him to be playing somewhere, somehow. Finances. We're back down. We've hit another dip in finances. We're back up to $43,000 in the hole, almost pounds. Almost 44,000. Come on. Let's numbers, reading, 3, 9, round up, 44,000 pounds in the hole. Our scouting budget is continuing to rise. Payroll budget is also continuing to rise. So we got issues there, and, income is just a problem. We've played 1 game so far this month. It's early in the month. But we only got a gate receipt of 3,500 pounds for our game. That's ridiculous. That's like, I don't know how many fans that is, like 200 fans, but it's just not enough. Not enough. Maybe, I still have dreams of a new stadium for CLYDE FC. So hopefully that can come true and help us with our finances. But I don't know. The boards would have to take out huge loans for that. And I haven't asked them for that. I'm waiting to actually either get promoted or something drastic to happen. Have an outstanding winning season, get a new long-term contract, something for CLYDE to even think about asking the board to invest in a new stadium. Anyway, speaking of the board, let's look at the board. Job security, pretty good, 57%. I think that's the highest we've been so far in this series, so that's pretty good. Confidence levels, can look at, they're very high on our competitions right now, over 50%. Matches, maybe not so much because we've had so many big losses this season. They're a little upset about matches. Stature, transfers, they're okay on transfers. Philosophies, they're fine, 60%. Finances, they're pretty much enjoying that, 70%. Leadership support, again, this seems to be one of my strengths this year. I know a lot of people out there are having problems with the dynamics, but whatever it is, my coaching style seems to get a lot of leadership support, so I'm happy about that. Although our locker room atmosphere is a little bit down right now, I've had to make some promises to the squad to say, hey, we're going to improve our locker room atmosphere. It just seems like in the mid-season, if we're not winning a lot of games in a row, they get upset, and that seems to be what happened this season again. So, I don't know. We're just going to keep trying to improve the locker room atmosphere and not have so many sad faces in the locker room. We don't like that. All right, tactics. Again, 44%. It's on the rise. We've been trying some new tactics, but, it takes a while for the fans to tune in on what we're trying to do. Let's see. Is there anything here we can look at? History? No, was it general? Yeah, general. So Scott Ferguson is still a favored personnel, but look at that. Cudahy is now a favored personnel as well. So that's good. Our team captain has worked his way up into favored personnel, and, we got some movement here on this loser to legend chart that we're keeping track of. All right, transfers. Not much has happened on transfers, but we did have one new incoming fella, Ali Smith, right here, 20-year-old Scottish center midfielder, but he can also play defensive mid. He's a deep-lying playmaker from the defensive mid role. He's got pretty good potential, 4-star potential. His mentals are good. His physical's not so good. Technical's also not so good, although he does have good first touch. Been looking for that in midfielders recently. And basically what we needed from this guy was we needed a little more depth at defensive midfield. Because if Cudahy went out, which he did a couple of games ago, got injured and was unable to play, we basically only have one guy on the whole roster who can play defensive mid, and that is Miller. And I don't really like playing Miller there because he's much better of a playmaker playing from the center mid. So we brought in Smith just as kind of a reserve dude, and he's been fine for us, no problems there. Scouting, the budget, like I said, it keeps going up. And it's not like we have a ton of assignments going on. We just have general focus and next opposition. So I guess they're just spending money as part of their job, and not much we can do about it. Competitions, we looked at that. Medical center, we got a few issues here. No injuries, though. That's good. That's the first time in a while we've had no injuries. Critchley, we've been playing him a lot, and he's got a very high injury susceptibility at the moment, so we're going to be leaving him out of the starting lineup. Training, staff, all that stuff. We can look at dynamics real quick. Match cohesion is good, which is the first time I've seen that in a long time. So that's good. Our players are playing well together, at least. Locker room atmosphere is average and going up. That's what I wanted to see. We were, pretty low there, and the team had to have a meeting about it and say, what's up? And we said, okay, we'll improve. We'll do something to improve it. I don't know what we've done other than win a few games, but, it's going up at any rate. Leadership support, very good, as you can see. Hierarchy, we still don't have a team leader. Cudahy has not quite moved himself up into the team leadership category, and I'm not too happy about that, but maybe he's still a little too young to be a team leader. I don't know what it is, but we need some team leaders, and we need them really bad. As far as support, we got basically the whole team supporting us. 21 players support you, 7 have no opinion of you, so that's good. No problems there. Social groups, one big group here, a couple of outliers, our lone players and stuff like that, some of our new dudes, but other than that, we're looking fine. Happiness, everybody's happy, no problems. Content, happy, content. Nobody's real super happy. We got Monroe, who is just regularly happy. McKinley is quite good and happy, but nobody is, over the moon. Nobody is real bad, so it's just everybody is doing fine. All right, so let's take a look at where we're at and how we got to the point where we're at, and that is the schedule. Last time we tuned in, Let's see. We were in the Scottish Cup, right? We beat Deveronvale 3-0, and that was part of a really outstanding run. I mean, we were crushing people. Beat Annan 5-2 the game before. Then we came out, beat Edinburgh City 4-0. Beat Elgin City 1-0. And then we had that friendly versus Celtic, and we lost 3-0, and that's actually not bad for playing against Celtic. I think last year we played Celtic, and we lost like real bad. We lost like 6-1 or something like that. But, so it's a bit of an improvement from when we played them last time. However, that seemed to stop our momentum and crush our mojo. And we lost the next 2 games real bad. Stonehousemuir and Cowdenbeath again. Can't beat Cowdenbeath for whatever reason. Lost to them real bad. 4-1, 3-1. Yikes. Real bad. But then we had the upset of the year. We beat Alloa in the Scottish Cup 3rd round. Look at this. These guys were a championship team. Yeah, they're a championship team, so they're league above us. We beat them 1-0. Pretty good. Our reserve midfielder, Montgomery, played the game of his life. Got the man of the match. Got a goal. The only goal of the game, an 8.3 rating. So we just had, some players step up. We had a kind of a reserve squad in there. Dagnovich was in there. Ramsey, Smith, our new transfer, played at defensive midfielder at a 6.7 rating. Not the greatest, but he held it down. He held it together, and we got the win. So that was pretty good. And that's, that was a big surprise this season. I had expected us to go out in the 3rd round. I think everybody did. The board just wanted us to get to the 3rd round. So we got a little extra prize money there. We got a little extra, support from the board for exceeding their expectations, and that's cool. But we still didn't quite put things together. We had, 0-0 draw versus Albion, and then we lost 3-0 to Peterhead, and that was just something that, I don't know, the team just fell apart. So I decided, in my wisdom, in my confusion, whichever you want to call it, I decided to turn to something that I hadn't played in a while. And that was the 4-3-3 formation. We got so many strikers. I've signed 1 million strikers. So I figured, why not put all 3 of our many, many strikers in the game at the same time? And it kind of worked. We got a 1-0 victory over Berwick, with Critchley getting the goal. And then our next game was a wild one. 3-4 versus Annan. We lost, but we were up 3-0 in the first half, and we were cruising. And I thought, oh man, this is going to be our formation going forward. We're killing people. We're winning games. But then it kind of fell apart in the second half. Connor Lanas scored 3 goals on us in a matter of 10 minutes here. 64th minute to the 72nd minute. Scored 3 goals on us, and that just buried us. And then Robin Amar got the game winner in the 81st minute. It was just tragic. So I don't know. Maybe the 4-3-3 isn't the way to go, but maybe if we get a big lead, we switch formations and go back to a more defensive formation. And that brings us to today's game versus Elgin City. And Elgin City, they are... Where are they? There they are. They're 8th place. They got a minus 14 goal differential. The worst in the league. So I figured, you know what? Let's go back to the 4-3-3. And let's see if we can score some goals on these guys. So this is what we're going with. Let's take out the match. Let's check out the match preview here. And we are the odds-on favorites, 6-4. We are inconsistent in our last few games, as you can see. Loss, win, draw. They're playing poor, though. They've got 3 losses, a win, and a draw in their last 5. So it looks like we should win. We should be able to score some goals on them. So let's go. Here is our formation, the 4-3-3. Narrow, I guess is what it's called, because we have no wingers, no outside wingers. We got all strikers up front. So let's go. We got good good team chemistry. Robbie Hogg is lacking some match fitness. We've put him in there for Critchley. And here is the lineup. Curry in goal, of course. Stewart and Zubaidi at fullbacks again. McNiff and Morrison holding it down at central defense. Miller, Ramsey, and Montgomery. We got an interesting trio there in midfield. Montgomery is an attacker, so we put him in there just to be our attacking midfielder. Ramsey, we got him at deep line playmakers. And those two have a pretty good connection, so hopefully they can play well together. But as you can see, Miller is our leading assist man with 5 and a 7.36 rating. Montgomery also 5 assists. So hopefully these two guys can get the ball forward to our 3 strikers. We got Thomas the target man in the middle. On the left side, McKinley, who's our acting captain today, and Hogg, Boss Hogg on the outside. Hopefully he can score some goals. So let's go. Encourage the team. This is new, right? This is the assistant coach giving us, giving us some tips on what to say. Encourage the players. Give them a bit of a morale boost. Let's see. Elgin City have lost 3 of their last 5, and I expect us to pile on the misery. Okay, nobody cares about that. Here we are at Elgin City. They got a pretty decent crowd in the stands there. Oh, well, not so much over here. I don't know if these are the visitor stands and we got no visitors or what. But anyway, let us begin. First highlight of the match. Hopefully nothing comes of it. Now, we are a bit, defensively challenged in this formation. As you can see, we've only got 7 defenders back. So we got to win the ball, and we got to get it forward to our strikers. And one way to do it is to foul the crap out of people. Ewan gets behind the defense. Nice side tackle by Zubaidi. And they're going to get a corner right off the bat. So they're going to try to come forward. We're going to have to counterattack, I think. Riley sends it in. McNiff heads it out. Looks like Miller's going to be the first one there, and we can start our counterattack. And there it goes. Ramsey has it. Deep line playmaker. Sends it forward for Thomas, the target man, who is too slow. Unfortunately. That's why he's a target man, because he needs to stand there and receive the ball rather than run down the field after it. I should probably put him in support so that he does a little bit more of that. Alright, here's a goal kick from Thompson. Sending it deep. Montgomery bounces it. Looks like Thomas is going to get there, but that was an awful pass. I don't know what's happening here. These guys are not playing too well. Morrison has it. McNiff forward to Ramsey. Let's see if he can make some plays. Montgomery, Miller. Playing it around the midfield a little bit. We got our fullbacks in attack, so you can see them creeping forward. There's Stewart. Sends it forward. Nope. No good. Maitland saves it, but Miller gets it forward to McKinley. Can he make a play? He centers it to Thomas. Thomas gets a head on it. Kind of a disjointed game so far. I'm not sure what's happening. Our players seem to lack a little bit of concentration, but their ratings are okay. We just we got to score goals in this formation. If we're not scoring goals, then it's no use really being in the 4-3-3. Although the first game we played it, we won 1-0, so I don't know, maybe it's some kind of weird defensive formation, like the best defense is the best offense kind of situation, where we have so many strikers going forward that makes them drop back in a defensive mode and not come forward. I don't know. Elgin City could be playing defensive anyway. But anyway, here's a new highlight. Watson throws it in to Leyden. Watson on the far side. Maitland again in the center. He gets the ball stolen by Miller, who's got a yellow card already. That's not good. Thomas to Hogg. Hogg sends it forward to McKinley. McKinley beats one man to the ball. He is surrounded, but he gets it out wide to Stewart. Can Stewart cross it back to him? No, he gets it backside to Thomas. Thomas, not the greatest shot in the world, but at least he got a foot on it and got it on frame. You can see the potential of this formation when you get guys going forward, especially the fullbacks, to get them involved and them crossing it into the box. it can be a very effective formation. But I don't know. Right now it's not looking too hot. I don't like Miller with that yellow card. He has a history of going nutso and getting thrown out of games, so we might have to sub him out. Maybe not at halftime, but maybe at the 60-minute point. I don't know. All right, there's halftime. Not a lot happened. Not a lot went on at all. Let's take a look at analysis. We're too much space. Okay. Shooting from too far out, so maybe we should change our tactics. Let's pep talk a little bit. We've been the better team, just keep going. Okay, that's fine. Take a look at our tactics. What are we doing here tactics-wise? Standard, flexible, that seems reasonable. I guess we can try working the ball in the box. Like I said, they seem to be laying back on defense. Maybe we could try retain possession and see if our guys can, hold on to the ball a little bit and, build up some play. That might be a good idea. Let's try that. All right. Start the second half. Let's go. Boss Hog with the kickoff. Let's go. Zubaidi, Morrison. What are you doing? All right. Chunk it downfield. Retain possession. Chunk it downfield. Either way. Neither here nor there, I guess. 50 minutes. Here we go. Here's our first highlight. Ramsey gets it forward to Montgomery. Looks like they're putting on a little pressure. McKinley wins the header down to Thomas. He gets tackled, but McKinley gets it back, sends in a shot just wide. McKinley is still a beast when he's healthy. When he can play, he plays pretty well. Thomas not looking good at all. 6.3 rating right now. I think the first thing I'll do is I'll drop him back to support. Even though he's better on attack, we're going to drop him back to support and see if he can get the ball to our other players. Now, I worry about Miller. He's got a 6.9 rating, but he's got that yellow card. Everybody is playing pretty well, particularly our fullbacks, Zubaidi and Stewart. Stewart has been in such a funk lately. He's been getting like a lot of 6.5 ratings and stuff like that. So to see him up at 7.1 does me good. We got Cudahy sitting here on the bench. There's no reason not to bring our team captain in when Miller's got that yellow card. So we're going to do that. Make that substitution at the 60-minute. Just, get that yellow card off the field. I'm very paranoid about those yellow cards, especially coming from Miller. Here we go, 65 minutes, not a lot happening. We might have to push forward a little bit at the 70-minute mark. Pause this and try something different. All right. Let's see what's up. So we got an interesting dude sitting on the bench here. We got Hay, 22-year-old. He's our best player. He's a winger, but he can play striker. He can play all over the field. So I'm going to put him in as defensive forward here in the middle. See what he can do. See if he can cause some problems up front. Confirm that. And hit play. And then we also might want to change our tactic. Oh, wait. Here we go. Highlight. Here we go. Zubaidi, throw in. Near side. Gets it to Ramsey. Ramsey looking around. Looking to make a play. Centers it to Cudahy. Up to Hay. Hay is wide open. He takes the shot. It's just wide, but that's pretty good. Here we go. A new highlight. Free kick. Ramsey. Oh, my gosh. We have people wide open everywhere. There's Hay with a shot, and it trickles in off the deflection. Look at that. Who's the coaching genius? Bring in your best player. You idiot. So it counts as an own goal against Mark Suter. But you know what? We'll take it. I mean, hey, this is a shot on frame, right? I mean, that seems like it should have been his goal, but anyway. We'll take the goal no matter how it comes. So now the question is, do you drop back? We got Hay there in the middle. He can drop back to advance forward. We could drop back to a diamond if we felt like it. You know, might not be the worst idea in the world. Tactics. Drop back to the 4-4-2 diamond. We got Hay there. Remove Cudahy. Here, Ramsey. Deep line playmaker. Okay, we'll confirm those changes. Did Hay just score again? Hay just scored again while we were in the middle of changing formations. So maybe that's not such a good idea. But anyway, wow, I guess I should have paused it. Let's take a look at this replay. Morrison gets it forward to Ramsey. Montgomery. What a ball forward to McKinley. McKinley with the cross. What is this? Hay, the little man with the header. Look at that. 5'5". We'll proceed with our changes anyway. And look at this. They immediately get a highlight. Here we go. Ramsey, though, is going to get on the end of this. There we go. Ramsey's going to start the counterattack. Looks like he's got McKinley streaking forward. Look at him on the run. They get the ball to him. He gets it forward to Montgomery with the shot on target, but nice save from Thompson. Very nice counterattack there, boys. Are we on the counterattack? We are on the counterattack. All right. That's what I wanted to check before that highlight came up. So here we go. 90 minutes, 4 minutes of stoppage. We're going to get a nice 2-0 victory here. McNiff is looking exhausted. Okay, that's fine. 30 seconds to go. McKinley on the back post. He is tripped. No call? Are you serious? They're calling that... What did they call that? A foul on McKinley? Whatever. Doesn't matter, I suppose. But it really looked like he got crunched there in the box. Anyway, we get our victory. Look at that. 19 shots on goal to 8. So it really is offense is the best defense. I mean, we were just pummeling their goalkeeper. 7 shots on target. We had 14 fouls. 58% of the possession. That's pretty good. That's pretty much the highest number I've ever seen with CLYDE. So the fact, I mean, is the 4-3-3 the way to go? It seems like it. We have all those strikers. And our defense played outstanding. You know, no defensive midfielder in front of them to soak up that pressure, but they still played so well. Our midfield played well. Everybody played so well in that game, so that's good. Outstanding. Maybe against lesser teams we play the 4-3-3. Against higher teams we play one of our other formations. But you know what? I'm very happy with that result. So let's let the boys know that. Everybody's excited about that. So there we go. A nice victory to start the second half of the season. What do we got coming up in the second half of the season? We got that Dundee United game. I mean, that's probably going to be a loss, but maybe we'll show that game just because it's the farthest we've gotten in the cup ever. At least, you know, as a coach. I don't know about the... I'm sure they've won this cup before, right? I think I looked at that earlier. Club history. Yeah, we got 3 Scottish Cup victories, so, I mean, old hat, I guess, for CLYDE. Maybe not in the last 20 years, but prior to that, you know, they got 3 victories, so that's good. You know, other than that, if we don't come back for the Dundee United game, we'll come back for the 3/4 season game somewhere around here, Edinburgh City probably. And we'll do 3/4 season update, and then we'll come back for the season finale. So, I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. Until then, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
There's a team they call the CLYDE, who will fill your heart with pride. Dressed up